What's up, guys? It is leg day. First off, sorry for the view. This was the only way that I could get the full squat into the camera shot. So sorry for that. But anyway, let's jump straight into this workout. And I'm starting off here with Zercher squats, my absolute favorite squat movement. Feels so great. I'm doing 3 sets, usually 5 to 8 reps on these. I've actually been working back up to my previous PR because didn't have a barbell for a few months. So I've been slowly working back up, being patient with it, trying to focus more on form. I'm almost there. I'm lifting 105 kilos here, which I think is about 230 pounds. And Zercher squats, I really, really like them a lot more than back squats. For one thing, you're kind of taking the lower back out of the movement. It's still there, but you're taking so much of the lower back out and transferring so much of the load onto the quads. Like, I feel my quads way, way, way more in a Zercher squat, and I don't have to worry about my lower back at all. Some people don't like the Zercher hold position because it's uncomfortable for them. But like, if you start off with a lower weight that is comfortable to hold and then slowly build your way up, then you'll develop the resilience in your elbows to be able to hold heavier weights comfortably. Like I said, I'm doing like 230 pounds here. Like it's really comfortable sitting in the crooks of my elbows. Another great thing about Zercher squats is that it lets you get so low. Like, you can hit absolute full depth on them, like just naturally. Like it comes so easy. And they are still really difficult. Like, especially this last set here, my quads were absolutely screaming at me the entire time. Plus, I just absolutely despise back squats, and I kind of like Zercher squats. So it's a squat pattern that I'm actually willing to do. Next exercise, this has honestly become my absolute favorite quad exercise. This is a super old school lift. This is the barbell leg press. I was gonna do these for 3 sets of 8 to 12, but, well, you'll see why I only did 2 sets. But anyway, please don't do these outside of a power rack, but inside of a power rack, they are safe and they are so good. It is a vertical leg press, which means that whatever weight you put on, that is actually the amount of weight that you are lifting, unlike with a leg press machine, which is usually at a 45-degree angle. Because of that angle, you're losing some of the load in terms of what you're actually pushing. Because, that's how physics works. But anyway, on this first set, I was doing 82.5 kilos, which is, I think, 181 pounds. I went up to 85 kilos for the second set, which is, I think, 187 pounds. By the way, if you want to try this, please, please, please only do it in a power rack. If you train at a commercial gym and they don't have a power rack, then you could do it on a Smith machine, but please remember to set the safeties, because if you don't use the safeties, that doesn't make you tough, that makes you an idiot. That being said, if you do this correctly and safely, it is honestly like such an amazing quad exercise. Like, you have tension on your quads throughout the entire range of motion. It feels so good. And coming up on my attempt at the third set here, so I increased the weight to 87.5 kilos because I got 12 reps on the first 2 sets. But my quads were so cooked, they straight up said nope, and I could not even get the bar up a little bit, so I called it quits there. Anyway, moving on to the next exercise. This is RDLs, and for this, I'm also slowly working back up to my previous PR, and I've still got a ways to go on these, but like I said, I'm being patient, trying to focus on form. And these I'm doing for 3 sets of 8. Typically, I would do 3 sets of like 5 to 8 on these. But like I said, I got a ways to go. I think I've got like 25 kilos or about 55 pounds left until I hit my previous PR. So I'm just taking my time, working back up, focusing on form. And the shirt came off because I was feeling really hot at this point. But anyway, for form on these, I try to go to a round parallel. But what's more important for me is that I hinge at the hips and push my butt back as far as it will go until I feel like an almost painful stretch in my hamstrings. As long as I'm getting that and my back is staying straight, then as far as I'm concerned, like I'm good. Like that's as low as I should go. I know that you can get more lower back involvement if you go a bit lower, but I train my lower back directly on back day. So it is what it is. Anyway, next exercise here is Nordic curl, still hitting the hamstrings. I have been very slowly over the past year putting my adjustable bench lower and lower. I'm almost down to flat, but anyway, these I do for 2 to 3 sets of 5 to 8. Well, kind of a 4 to 8, I guess. I go down on my own, and when I cannot get myself back up, I give myself a little push just to try to take it a little bit further than I otherwise would be able to, like take it a little bit past failure. And sometimes I like to do 3 sets on these, but like this day in particular, I got like 5, I think, unassisted on the first set. And the second set, I only got like 4 unassisted before I had to start pushing myself back up. So like at that point, there's no chance that I could get 4 on a third set if I did do it. So I decided to call it good there, which also means that does it for quads and hamstrings. So next I'm going to be moving on to glutes, starting with barbell hip thrust. Now, my glutes already get a pretty good amount of work between the quad and hamstring work that I do. So with this one, I'm doing 2 sets, 5 to 8 reps, although this is another one where I'm working back up to my previous PR. I'm doing 120 kilos here, which is, I think, 260 something pounds. But anyway, I've got my feet shoulder width maybe a little bit wider apart, toes turned outwards, because that is what Charles Glass recommends to activate the glutes more. And if Charles Glass says that it works, then I trust it. But anyway, next up is going to be another glute movement. It's going to be banded hip abduction, because I don't have a hip abduction machine in my house, even though I would love one. So I use bands, and I put this on 2 times speed. This is going to be like 30 reps per set using a 90-pound glute band. 30 reps because I do have a 150-pound band, but that's a hell of a jump. So I'm also doing these on my rest day to try to build up a little extra strength so that I can eventually move up to that 150-pound band. But yeah, like I said, that's a hell of a jump. So if I try to do that on leg day, it's like I can't even move the 150-pound band. So I do the 150-pound band on rest day, like I said. But anyway, those are 3 sets of like 30 reps, and they're superset with, as you can see here, calf raises. And calf raises, I'm going 8 to 12 reps for 3 sets. Now, I know some people are going to be like, oh, you should do higher reps on calf raises. Yeah, cool. Well, I'm doing 8 to 12 because I like doing 8 to 12. Anyway, you can probably see on the floor, I do have a little platform to stand on when I do the calf raises so that I can get my heels below my toes. And again, some people are going to say that, oh, you should go for a deeper stretch than that. I'm not too worried about that because I am getting a good stretch on the calves. Like, they are getting stretched. Like I said, the heels are below the toes a little bit. But what's more important for calf raises, in my opinion, is that you do not bounce your reps at the bottom, because the Achilles tendon is really, really strong and really, really elastic. And so if you're bouncing your reps at the bottom of a calf raise, you're taking your calves out of it so much. And that is just your Achilles tendon bouncing the weight back up. So if that's what you do, if you bounce your calf raises, I guarantee you it does not matter how much stretch that you're getting. Slow your reps down, come to a full dead stop at the bottom, and then come up. You're gonna have to reduce the weight so much. It may really, really surprise you how much you have to reduce the weight, but your calves will actually be working a lot more than they were before. So if you haven't been doing your calf raises like that, give it a try. That should help you grow your calves a little bit more. Also, if anybody's wondering, I'm doing these with 80 kilos, which is 175, 176 pounds. Like, I used to do calf raises with so much more weight. Like I got up to like, oh God, like 140 kilos or something, like 3 plates. But slowing down and coming to a dead stop at the bottom, I've had to almost cut the weight in half. But anyway, that'll pretty much do it for this workout. That's everything that I'm doing for leg day right now. So if you're still watching, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you do for leg day. And that just leaves back and shoulders day that I need to do a video on. So I'll probably have that up about a week after this one goes up. So look for that if you're interested. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.